Hello, my name is Bob Bloom. I am an independent PHP guy living in Richmond Hill, which is a bit north of Toronto. Today is Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. This is my fourth PHP Serverless project update video. My original intention was to do an update video every 3 weeks, but perhaps not entirely surprising, these are becoming monthly video updates. With these updates, I read from notes in one take with no real video editing. However, like last month, I did prepare a draft for this update, and this video, I'm doing a voiceover. See how that goes. Our Laravel Toronto's April 24th meetup was about NativePHP for mobile. We recorded the meetup in order to upload to YouTube. I edited the raw Google Meet file in DaVinci Resolve in what was supposed to be a quick edit. Add an intro, add an outro, do broad brush edits where needed. But the intent was to pass through the raw footage to YouTube. No. I thought the topic was worthy of some editing of the raw footage. There were 3 distinct parts: the presentation and demo, the Q&A, and Simon Hamp joined us later in the meetup. I wanted to demarcate these sections as YouTube chapters. Well, no one was reading from a script. People were pausing as they were thinking in real time while they talked. It was practically the middle of the night for Simon with his time difference. I'm sure he was quite fatigued, as he was talking slowly with lots of pauses. I started splicing out the pauses, which turned into quite the exercise. What literally took hours to edit down takes minutes and seconds to listen to. I ended up lavishing time and effort on this video. And one thing I noticed is that people do seem to appreciate the detailed YouTube chapters, something I have noted for the future. I ended up spending a lot of time this month in the DaVinci Resolve video editor. I am much more confident in the small feature set that I use all the time. I am still not sure what exactly caught my eye, but my eye definitely noticed something with one of the podcast listings I subscribe to on Spotify. I went to that podcast's RSS feed to see the raw XML file, which started me looking at the content encoded field. I have treated my own RSS feed file a little lightly. I have to take this field more seriously. By doing so, I will make the most of my RSS feed file for my podcast. This content encoded field is used as a long description for podcasts with the ability to use HTML tags. I concluded that usage from one podcast directory to another varies, and a podcast directory will use this field differently on different devices and apps. Also, the long description, as I learned, accommodates 10,000 bytes for an episode or an item. So there's lots of room for a long description, and I really should take advantage of this expansiveness. So I am now in the midst of modifying my RSS feed file generator. I have more work to do. Basically, the entirety of my PHP Serverless project was on hiatus this month as I chugged along with my sponsorship video series. And in the past, I would be quite regretful. However, I was so productive this month. The videos took so much time and so much effort that instead of regretful, I am relieved. My sponsorship video series is a series of brief videos for my potential umbrella sponsors. It completely replaces all the sponsorship materials I published previously. No more sponsorship website, no more this or that. It's just these videos. I listed my links that I referenced previously in a big list. I listed those in my video's description. There are 13 brief videos. They're each about 2 to 6 minutes each. They do not necessarily have to be viewed in order, which is why my opening is a bit repetitive. 12 are ready for upload to YouTube, and the one remaining is the first one, the one that when I send out emails or whatever, say, just look at this video. So I purposefully waited to do this first one at the very end. I've started it. I expect my videos to be up by this weekend. I feel immense relief finally getting these done. It's been a very long journey getting to this point for me. From the very start, I knew that my project is weird, my sponsorship is weird, and I'm weird, even to contemplate it. Which is why I felt a deep embarrassment getting this out into our community, to hustle for sponsors. But with these videos, I decided I'm going to embrace all the weirdness and have affirmed, at least to myself, that the weirdness is exactly what is needed to meet the challenge of what really is an extremely weird opportunity, which calls for a series of videos with some personality. I guarantee there's no generative AI in the making of these videos. What I did not expect when I finished my last of the 12 videos preparing for the upload to YouTube, I did not expect an intense feeling of liberation. And that tells me how tight I have felt with this. Now that it's done, I still have the one to do, but now that it's done, I feel like a big weight is off my shoulders. Now I can get to my project, and yes, I still have to actually contact people until get that ball rolling. And yes, my sponsorship journey continues to the next phase, and I will do separate update videos for those updates so that I can stick to actual project stuff in these project update videos. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is record a Bob Bloom show titled The 7 Things I Think About Serverless. I did a video in my series about this to communicate to potential umbrella sponsors sort of where I'm coming from with PHP Serverless. I thought, while I'm editing this video, I thought I really should do a podcast about this. In part so I can refer to it in the future, and I've been listening to things I think at the top of my commentary podcast, and I'm finding that's getting pretty tedious. My openings are already longish, and as I garner my umbrella sponsors, I'm going to be listing them in the front. So I want to take this part out that goes through the 7 things that I think that would give context to my podcast, my commentary podcast, but now I can just refer to this upcoming episode I'm going to do. Now I'm going to date this episode May 1st. I'm going to backdate it. Then I'm going to do my June 1st episode, which I'm going to end up backdating, which will be about the classic C textbook I've been reading and all about that. I want to get the other stuff rolling. I have the RSS feed generation to tweak. I want to establish my news and profile podcast with regular episodes starting in June. Of course, I want to get to my Lambda project, which is so overdue. That is it for my 4th PHP Serverless project video update.